All right, let's get it. This is gonna be funny. Y'all ready? We're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh today. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna kick this back in full screen, and we're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh. Who cares what the fuck you look? You are a stupid fleshy blood bag, and nothing will change that. I know, Curbs, but so are you. So are you, motherfucker. So are you. You're not ready? Well, get ready.
Why do people prefer anime girls over some dudes clapping those Aunt Jemima pancakes of Abby Zilla in The Last of Us 2? A moment that...
What? Why was this the opener? Why was this the opener? Why was this the opener? Why did we open this way? What possessed him to say, yup, this is how I'm opening it? What just happened? My guy, what? This is literally...
will forever haunt the gaming industry forever. Gee, I don't know. Is it because anime girls have some sort of mind control psychic power?
Why are you showing Attack on Titan with two titans and the anime girls are this big? What? Yes, I'm going in there like swimwear with these kinds of videos because they're stupid. And if you're gonna be stupid, then you're gonna get stupid critiques, okay?
And we need to wear tinfoil hats to stop them from infiltrating our minds? Or is it because anime and manga retain aspects which are essentially non-existent in Western media, such as femininity and virtues, which are still very prevalent?
What's the difference between... Okay, you know what the difference here is? These are cartoon characters. These are cartoon characters where they try to make them look like actual fucking people. You fucking degenerate manlet. You basement imp.
In Japan and Asian countries.
Yeah, I wasn't ready either. I was not ready either. Yeah, shows Attack on Titan without showing the girls on Titan. I was not ready.
Compared to the Western culture, which tries its hardest to get rid of those things. Now remember, if you want more anime and manga content, hit the like button and subscribe. I'm aiming to do at least 1 or 2 of these a week. Based on the performance of the last one, it looks like people do like this, so hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification.
What's wrong? If anything, this girl's more attractive because she looks more like a human than this person. This looks like a cartoon. I'm not trying to be out here and smash well, there is Elastigirl. Never mind. Okay.
Vacation bell, baby. Now the irony of feminism in the United States of America is that it displays traditional feminine women as bad and tries so hard to make women more like men. Basically saying men...
Where? Oh my god! Where? Let me make the note. We're at a minute and 12 seconds. Okay. Okay, this is why I say that these motherfuckers never touch goddamn grass. This is Western media. This is Western culture. What about this isn't feminine? I don't understand. I don't know. I love how it's all Wonder Woman too. Literally, these people who make these arguments, their entire arguments are bodied by Western comic books. Their entire arguments are literally fucking bodied by Western comic books. All you prove when you make arguments like this is you've never fucking read a goddamn comic book. That's all you've proven. All you've proven is that you're this basement-dwelling imp who has never set foot outside of his mother's fucking basement. Why is women's underwear the second search option? I was hoping none of y'all saw that. I don't know why, okay? I really don't know why. Literally, whenever I think of some of the hottest women in fiction, my mind immediately goes to DC Comics, okay? My mind immediately goes to DC Comics. And yes, Wonder Woman is pretty high up on that list. Strong women are attractive, and if you think otherwise, you're a bitch. Anyways. Like, literally, these people's entire arguments just get bodied by the existence of Western comic books. What the fuck? 2 ads? 2 ads?
Why do people, or is it because anime basically saying men and masculine traits are better and they're actually feminine and female traits are worse because modern feminism...
Wait, but also, aren't these the same kinds of people that complain about Western culture, like erasing masculinity in general with men and with trans people? Like, aren't these the same people who make those same fucking arguments? Yeah, Poison Ivy's a good one too. Yeah, 100%. Anime women look like children all the time. True! I'm telling you. Like, it's incredibly fucking sussy when these people make videos like this. It's incredibly fucking sussy.
It makes women despise their femininity. It's encouragement to abandon what every...
Again! Women don't look like this. They more along the lines look like this. They don't look like this unless they're fucking 5!
Fiber of your being is telling you not to abandon. Frankly, it's pitiful. On the flip side, anime and manga give plenty of examples of...
Make no mistake, as the Western video game industry women in video games, Japan, for the most part, considers femininity sacred. Who the fuck made this tweet? God, I wish I had a shit ton of... You know how many right-wing figures I would ratio on a daily basis on Twitter? Like, you know how much of my content would just be me roasting and ratioing motherfuckers on Twitter if I had, like, any sort of, like, following on goddamn Twitter? Not Eli Monty on Twitter, by the way. But, like, my God. I just need to find these motherfuckers. Magi Slayer, I need to find people like this, and I need to just roast. I just need to ratio these fuckers.
Women, but they don't make them overly macho man masculine like in Western culture.
How is she overly macho man masculine? What the fuck is the point? Also, a big problem that I have with this is that so many women from anime look the same. Like, so many of them have the same facial structure and facial shape, just with different hair and different size boobs. That's literally it. At least in Western media, in Western culture, when we make women, we go the extra mile to make them look different. Yeah, oh, look at that macho masculine of this kid. The thing is, I'm pretty sure this is a child, and I'm pretty sure this is an adult that he's comparing. Like... Yeah, and even then, she still looks 12. I despise my femininity. He figured it out. Yeah. Thank you, nobody. You're amazing. Yeah.
The key factor here to remember is that even these women still retain their feminine traits. And that's without needing them to look like Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, which I might add not only...
What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What are you saying?
It takes more skill from a writing aspect, but it makes it more believable. But why are...
What?
Girls so fixated over? Why are there men all over the world, not just Japan, who have their crosshairs on this particular...
Because you people are some of the most degenerate, are the most degenerate dregs of human fucking society. And... yeah, that's basically it. Y'all are some of the most degenerate dregs in, like, human society. And I think it's also because of the fact that, like, anime was really introduced to, like, our generation. Like, those of us who, like, grew up in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, anime was really, like, was really, like, big and, like, popping back then. Like, everything on TV. Like, there was so much anime, like, everywhere. It was, like, the latest thing. It was the fad. It was storming the nation. And only recently has it become, like, sort of mainstream in a way. To the point where, like, you could say you don't like anime. I mean, to where you could say, like, you like anime. And, like, you won't get, like, laughed out of the fucking room. Meanwhile, back when we were kids, it was, like, you got laughed out of the room for, like, an anime. Bro, it's okay. You can come out of the anime closet now. It's completely fine. Culture has moved on. We've all moved on. It is completely okay to be an anime watcher. Or an anime fan. It is completely okay.
Tell you why. One of the biggest factors is expressiveness. It's very easy to see how these anime and manga characters feel and think. And those two things alone makes them easier to connect to for someone.
Oh my God. Lifeline does not look like this. Lifeline does not fucking look like this in Apex Legends. I don't even play Apex Legends anymore, and I know this shit. First off, she's way too fucking pale. This is clearly an edited image. Her lips are not that big. What are we on? 2 minutes and 20 seconds? Hold on. I feel like that's a very uncharitable image of Lifeline from Apex Legends. Yeah, that's an incredibly uncharitable image of Lifeline from Apex. That is That is incredibly fucking... The image that he shared was incredibly fucking uncharitable. That image was shown, that picture was shown like that on fucking purpose. He did that on purpose. And they do this on purpose. Because the people that make these videos, they're fucking Nazis. That's why. These people are fucking Nazis, and they don't like the fact that black women, that non-white women are featured in video games. Okay? Are featured in video games. For one, this woman's head, way too fucking big. Way too fucking big. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. That image looks whitewashed. Yeah, it literally looks whitewashed as fuck. Like, look at her lips. Her lips are not that big. They're not that big and they're not that pronounced. In like any of her fucking art. Literally, Lifeline looks fine. Lifeline looks fine. Like, she does not look like that. But the thing is, he's trying to push the narrative that he doesn't want women characters. He doesn't want he doesn't want women characters that look like actual women in his video games, because oftentimes these people, they don't like actual women. They don't like actual women. Yeah, it's hella insulting. It's hella insulting.
Managed to put it down to 4 general reasons why this fixation exists. Number 1, romance. Number 2, sexuality and nature. Number 3, projection, which just means anime characters that reflect a better version of yourself. And that could run the whole
I'm sorry, but have you seen anime characters? If you think an anime character portrays a better version of yourself, you need help. You really do need therapy. People like this are in desperate need of fucking therapy, okay? People like this are in desperate need of fucking therapy.
Gamut from personality, type, beauty, you name it. And lastly, number 4, creative imagination and freedom. And that's a big one, because in Japan, you have the freedom...
Also, when he said expressiveness, has he not fucking seen any goddamn American cartoon? They're expressive as fuck. What are you talking about?
Stories about
The Amazing World of Gumball? I'm not saying I want to bang anybody from The Amazing World of Gumball, but that's expressive. Like, what?
Damn well, please. And those stories are pretty much better than what you're expecting. Now, watching an anime or manga is an outlet. It's a form of escapism that can in some cases allow people to really get connected with...
What is he doing here? Japanese side character, Western main character. What is he doing here?
Their feelings. The same feelings that would just otherwise stay suppressed. It's a world where nothing matters, just dreams about being stronger and better, and those dreams push you to be the very best. Don't think that...
So what this guy is saying is that he can't handle complex themes that are beyond a child's level of understanding. That's basically what he's saying. Because this whole idea, literally, the whole idea of never give up and be stronger to push yourself to be the very best are literally staples in shonen anime, which typically are targeted towards children or young boys. Typically, that's the audience, the target audience of those types of animes, those types of TV shows. It's typically what he's basically outing himself as being unable to cognitively engage with themes that have any sort of substance to them. That is how he's outing himself right now. It's incredibly bad, by the way.
Mangas aren't imbued with moral standards and propaganda. Indeed, they force you to believe that.
What's wrong with being imbued with moral standards and what? I guess he's saying it's more creatively expressive, I guess.
Mangas and
but wait.
Mangas aren't...
But like he's talking, but like the point he's made, I don't get this comparison though, because the whole point of this video is that he's supposed to say that Japanese characters are better than Western characters, even though this person looks more realistic. This art is better than this art. Like, I don't get what he's saying here. If anything, this kind of goes against the whole thing he's trying to push.
Imbued with moral standards and propaganda. Indeed, they...
And wait, hold on. No, manga and anime are indeed imbued with moral standards and propaganda. If you go past anything that's not like your fucking Dragon Ball Z and shit. Like, again, he compared a Western main character to a Japanese side character, which is a logical failure on a... Yeah, it is. Like, Oh my god. There's so many layers to this video, and I'm trying not to make this another 45-minute video response slash video react commentary essay or whatever the hell you want to call it. My god. Like, does he not see? Oh my god. Do I have to pull up an example? Do I have to pull up an example? And this is a shonen anime, by the way, that I'm about to pull up. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Okay. So, I don't know if anybody's seen Shaman King, but this is, I'm pretty sure this falls under the bracket of a shonen anime, right? So, this is the X-Laws. They're this group of super righteous sounding people or what have you. And Shaman King in and of itself, besides being a shonen anime, is full of like moral shit and what have you. But anyways, the X-Laws are committed to establishing justice and taking out how this guy up here, the main villain of Shaman King, you guys can't really see it well, but yeah. And anyways, I'm gonna describe the X-Laws to you. And I want you guys to tell me who they seem like to you. So, you can see how they dress, right? How it's kind of religious. Their spirit allies are these angels. All these angels that are named after angels from the Bible. They transform, if I can find a picture of it. They transform into cars, as you can kind of see with like their design. They have like car elements and features to them. They transform into like cars and stuff. Yeah, they transform into cars. Oh, this is how, by the way. And they're super about like guns and everything. They're guns and like bullets and what have you are like their shamanic mediums, right? And they're super focused on exacting justice and being judge, jury, and executioner for those who they deem evil. Thank you! Right-wing, evangelical, capitalist things. Thank you! Thank you! They're literally Republicans. The X-Laws are literally Republicans in Shaman King. They're literally freaking Republicans. Yeah, they're literally Republicans. In this scene right here, Michael comes up and literally executes Dracula in this scene right here. Shaman King's a good anime and it's on Netflix. You should go watch it. I love it. I also read it as a kid. It's old and they've redone it, kind of like they did Dragon Ball Z with Dragon Ball Z Kai. I recommend everyone go watch it and or read it. It's pretty freaking good. I like it.
Force you to believe that mangas and anime are filled with themes such as hard work can pay. Being true to yourself is the way to go.
I mean, being true to yourself is a thing in Western things as well. Like, I mean, Avatar Last Airbender, for instance. All right, that's like an anime style, but it's Western. It was made here in America. Avatar: The Last Airbender. One of the biggest thing about the ending of Avatar: The Last Airbender, where Aang, energy bent, the Fire Lords bending away, the whole point of him being bestowed energy bending, of getting energy bending from the lion turtle, was the fact that Aang was not willing to compromise on his values as a person to appease the world. It was about him being true to himself and being he himself being unbendable and being rooted within his own principles of being a pacifist and not wanting to take the life of another being, of another conscious living being. That was the whole point. That's why the lion turtle told him when he gave him energy bending that the whole point that he had to remain unbend. He himself, in order to use energy bending, had to remain unbendable. Now, I think giving him the energy bending thing while not doing anything in the series to lead up to it was kind of a cop-out, but they made it work.
Waiting for your friends, family, and loved ones is the right thing to do. And finally, counting on the...
Again, there are so many themes of that within Western, like, within Western mediums and Western animation and what have you.
Support of others to achieve great things when you're overwhelmed.
What's wrong with... Also, again, notice how with Nier Automata, right? Because that's who this is, which is a game that I also play and that I also stream. Notice how with these two, he uses the best pictures he can find, but he uses the most low quality, low cut pictures when it comes to talking about Western characters and Western designs. But he literally uses some of the best clips he can find of Nier Automata and whatever the hell this is.
By the task at hand, etc. These are just some of the themes that are peppered throughout every story. But let's get back to those anime titties. Now, when a huge portion of your male population has to look to a foreign medium to find virtuous female portrayals, you know that's a serious problem.
Wait, so is he saying that anime tits are a virtuous feminine trait? Is that what he's saying right now? I think it might be from Witcher. You might be right. This might be from Witcher. Yeah, and he used 2B, which is a robot, not a human. Yeah.
Feminist gatekeepers of the Western media would say that the serious problem here isn't that the sad plebs have to look elsewhere, it's that they're able to look elsewhere and have success in finding such portrayals that they seek. And that shines a mirror on the Western media's incompetence. Now, you can make the argument that anime...
So is he saying that again, with the whole titties thing, and maybe that was just a joke, but still, is he saying that you can't find large breasts in... Again, he just gets bodied by comic books every time. Every argument he makes gets bodied by comic books. Yeah, I thought it was Yennefer. Yeah. I've seen the Witcher TV show, and there was a Witcher crossover in Monster Hunter, but I really don't know anything about the Witcher. And I haven't even finished the Netflix show.
For lonely men to fantasize about, which to some degree I would agree, but you can make...
So you're admitting you're a lonely man. So go out to a restaurant. You don't even have to go to a bar. Like, go to a restaurant that has a bar. Forget it. Just go touch grass. Go touch grass.
Exact same argument of female characters in Western media, whether that's Angelina Jolie,
Western female characters, Japanese female characters. What's wrong here? What is wrong here? What? I mean, I don't get I don't get the thing he's trying to do here. I mean, at first he's talking about, the lack of portrayal of feminine wiles, but here, like, isn't this Bayonetta? If this isn't Bayonetta, I'm so sorry. But, like, whoever this is, she's on full display, and she's more covered up. Like, what? This is antithetical to what he's talking about. I don't get it.
twerking on a tree in Tomb Raider, or Kate Beckinsale in the late 90s and early 2000s being an object for male gaze. Anyway, the point is, these animes and mangas present a far more right-wing fantasy compared to the gender-bending, anti-feminine, rude, and violent Western female characters, and that means it must be cancelled. A wise chip...
What?
Present a far more right-wing fantasy compared to the gender-bending, anti-feminine...
So he wants it, so he admits that he's pushing right-wing propaganda. He admits that he's pushing right-wing propaganda. Okay.
Rude and violent Western female characters, and that means it must be...
What's wrong with violent female characters? Violent female characters are amazing. Also, wait, hold on. You can't do this. Nope, I'm not gonna let this happen. You can't do this. Literally, when she was announced, when she made her debut, she's like one of the most popular characters in My Hero Academia. And like every person, every woman at cons is cosplaying her to a degree. Like, she's insanely popular. And she's very popular among men too. And she's incredibly violent. Like, I don't, and there's a ton of anime women that are violent. Like, what is he talking about? Oh, now you want to go back.
We bundled our insurance with NJM and saved.
We bundled with the alpaca.
Ever got to a place
No!
where all your
I love how the
senses
first
don't
shot was on her butt, by the way, and they keep going back to it. Like, look at this ass.
Fantasy can be feminine, rude, and violent Western female characters, and that means it must be cancelled. A wise chimp on the internet once said, if
Okay, I really hate this because there are a bunch of right-wingers on Twitter that are like shitting on Aloy for her looks and shit. Again, nobody looks like this. A bunch of right-wingers are shitting on Aloy for her looks, okay? And, like, whenever they shit on her, they use pictures like this. They use some of the most uncharitable, like, pictures of her. I don't know what you talking about. If Aloy, you mean to tell me if this was to walk down the street, if this person was to walk down the street, you wouldn't be trying to start conversation? I would. I would. Like, I don't get the point. I don't get the point. They use some of the most uncharitable like, she looks fine here. She looks cute here. Wait, is this cosplay? Yeah, this is cosplay, okay. She looks great. Aloy doesn't look bad at all. You just don't, the thing is, you just don't like women who look like women. You want your women to look like cartoon characters.
why do people prefer anime girls over some dude clapping the Jolie?
Insanely popular, insanely crazy, insanely violent. Yeah. Yeah, it's because she looks like a mature woman and doesn't have fucking baby face syndrome. You people want to date children. That's the problem.
Wise chimp on the internet once said.
Like, literally, look, okay, this photo, right? I mean, or this clip right here, right? Clearly, it's like he took time to find the best picture he could. But with this, look at how blurry it is. Look at her facial expression. Like, this is clearly propaganda. He's not even hiding it.
If it's attractive, it's objectification. If it's disgusting, it's empowering. The double standard exists.
No, it's not that if it's attractive, it's not that if it's attractive, it's what was the word he said? Sorry, I zoned out for a second. It's not that if it's attractive, it's objectification. It's that in many cases, there are many designs of women where they are objectified. Because in many cases, especially in anime, like, y'all expect every woman to look like Momo Yaoyorozu. Like, y'all expect every woman to look like, I don't know, name a big titty anime character, right? Y'all expect every woman to look like that. Not every woman naturally looks like that. Like, this goes, like, people like this, you could even stretch it to say that, like, technically they're body shaming women when they make these comparisons.
If it's disgusting, it's empowering. The double standard exists. Hurts the
Yeah, she's mid-talking in his photo. Yeah, true.
fragile self-esteem of fat women everywhere. In which country has the world's highest obesity rate again? Anyway,
But, like, the thing is, he talks about, wait, hold on, now he's going into fat shaming and, like, body shaming and, like, obesity. But, like, notice how, like, all the pictures of Western media or women in Western media that he's shown, he has yet to show a single fat woman. He's yet to show a single fat woman.
I wonder why SJWs in the United States of America get off destroying what people care about. Whether that's Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars, etc. Well, I finally...
Oh my god, of course he has to go into Star Wars and these other sci-fis where they've let women into the space. Of course. It's being... Fellas, your favorite cartoon, your favorite TV show, your favorite movie series, it gets destroyed because women are allowed to be in the space. That's when it's being destroyed. Not because it has shitty writing, but when women are being allowed in the space. Who knew? Oh my god, stop them from destroying it.
We have the answer now. It's simple, really. It's their obsession with making every life in this world as miserable as theirs. And if Japan wasn't so...
No feminist is miserable. It's just that people like you have unrealistic expectations as to how women should look. That's the problem. You want cartoon characters. I want a real woman.
Naturally protected by its language barrier, and instead was a primarily English-speaking country, I doubt anime would look anything like it does today, and instead would have succumbed under
What?
the Western standards because of mass media infiltration. Anime as a
No, anime has looked like how it is for forever because that's just a different art. It's just a different art style. And even then, Western media has adapted this art style in its own art style, and it looks fantastic. Like, what?
medium has become the next thing to be targeted by the modern moral panic brigade because everything is problematic. Even if it bends over backwards for political correctness, it will never be enough. Everything Western journalists and Western politicians and Western activists can't control is problematic. Now, there are sensitive topics in anime and manga, sure.
Again, the problem isn't that it's problematic because it shows a woman as feminine. It's the fact that this is another guy that's probably he's clearly come out of like the Gamergate era. When Gamergate first started back in 2014, 2016, 2014, 15, 16, whenever the Gamergate era first like kicked off, right? He clearly comes out of this whole anti-Anitas Arkeesian sort of lens of analysis, right? Excuse me. Sorry. Against everything, right? He comes out of he's viewing everything from that lens, right? And he's one of those people who hates how, Western media touches up, or how many activists are touching up on the fact that, like, in many cases, women in, video games and TV shows are the side characters. They're the damsels in distress. They're just the love interest or the object to be won over by a man or by multiple men.
But you shouldn't have to censor it. Give warnings, yes. Age recommendations, absolutely. But we don't want to live in a country where these topics can't be discussed. What blows my mind is that the Japanese have pretty much said up your ass to the SJW world. And their business is booming. Meanwhile, the comic industry...
But they haven't really. Wait. Okay, so I get it. The only reason why... So he's just really upset because he doesn't like it how in Western media, even though we do this, titties are not being shown. Because in Demon Slayer, there are women that are strong and powerful in Demon Slayer, but he likes it. He likes that because titties are being shown in Demon Slayer, One Piece, and what have you. He just likes titties. That's the thing. He just lacks this maturity. Is the problem. He really lacks this sort of maturity to if the women in his series do not have giant titties, he doesn't like it. His take is problematic. Well, yeah, it is. Anime is heavily influenced by its predecessors, so what the hell is wrong with this? Yeah, literally. He's super frustrated that he can't get off on the titties that he wants. Yeah.
He has committed seppuku over and over again, and in the words of the great...
Wait, okay, I do admit that comics, especially DC in general, do need to take some advice, I guess, advice or notes from anime, because anime is pretty popular. But it's more along the lines of, like, how they do their action scenes, I feel like. And the way they do their power sets, I feel like. Not necessarily the designs of, like, their characters, really, in my opinion. He's super frustrated that, yeah.
Captain Kirk, let them die. Now the destruction of the comic book industry comes down to this. It's called industrial cognitive dissonance. The comic book creators in the West believe themselves to be the good guys and that the fans are the ones who are wrong. And that indeed backfired because garbage doesn't sell. That's the moral of the story. Meanwhile, the manga sales are at $100 million plus, and that's even with piracy. The irony is that anime and manga, without any woke politics...
I mean, there are many people... Wait, no, you can't say it doesn't have any woke there's an insane amount of politics in anime. You're just too dumb to fucking see it. Because all you ever fucking watch is Shonen anime and Dragon Ball. That's all you fucking watch. So of course you can't see it. You're just fucking stupid. Like, you're incredibly fucking stupid. My fucking god. So, wait, I got lost in his incoherent garble.
The irony is that anime and...
Okay, so, like, he's not showing... Hold on. 15 million units. Okay, yeah, because anime is just on the rise right now, mainly because of the art style. Like that's literally it. That's literally it. Like,
without any woke politics, still had better.
it has nothing to do with the woke politics. It's just the fact that that these people like the way in which anime girls are portrayed in they like the way in which anime girls are portrayed in comparison to Western media, because they like how in a lot of animes, okay, in a lot of animes, these women, due to the culture of Japan, tend to seem more docile, and you know, it's easier for these men. They kind of have these like power fantasies, I guess, over these women, if that makes any sort of sense. It seems like they have these sort of like power fantasies. Does that make sense? They seem to have these like weird power fantasies over women in anime that they don't have, or they feel as though they can't really express. Or they don't really get that. They don't really feel like they can have these same power fantasies with women in Western media, because the women in Western media are portrayed as strong, or just as strong as male counterparts. It's very weird and it's very sussy, and he's dancing around that point. But I see it. We all see it.
Relatable, strong female, and even more fleshed out people of color characters than any Western woke SJW comic writers could have.
Wait, what are you talking about? They do like what are you talking about? Like, they do in many cases in anime. There are many cases where they do not do POC justice, but they do over here in America in a lot of Western media.
If one foreign comic series like Demon Slayer can outsell an entire industry, you know you f***ed up royally. Here's a fun fact about...
It's not that you fucked up royally, it's just that Demon Slayer is insanely popular. Demon Slayer is just insanely popular. And anime does a better job, I will say, of appealing to a younger demographic than comic books do, in a way, if that makes any sort of sense. For one thing, also, listen, it'll take me a while, if I'm not being diligent, to read an entire comic book volume. I can read an entire volume of manga in like an hour, because literally there's like no words. There's really no words to it. Manga is just easier to read because there's not that many words in it. All this guy is saying is that he can't handle things that have too many words in them.
Slayer, by the way, it was made entirely by a woman. I know! There are a whole lot of amazing manga like Full Metal Alchemist that were written by women that are outselling every woke dumpster juice garbage in the West, and it's funny how none of these women are being praised outside of Japan. I wonder why.
But they are, because people are buying their works. If something like peanut butter cookies can outsell an entire industry, then you know you fucked up. Makes about the same sense as what he just... Yeah, literally, I can't even make any arguments like against this, because he's not actually making any cohesive points. Like, you guys do understand that, right? Like, everybody watching this video understands that, like, and watching this VOD right now understands that, like, he's not actually making any good points, right? They're, like, that's the thing with a lot of these right-wing pro-Nazi videos, is that their points are so abysmally bad. They suck royally. Anime is more accessible to a lot of kids than comic books. Yeah. Like, a lot of time, anime isn't marked as, like, rated T for teen, but almost every time, like, comic books are marked T for teen, M for mature in many cases, especially when you go, like, to the library. This is just a guy yelling his fetishes. Yeah, 100%.
The Demon Slayer series was just fucking amazing. The art, the character development, the humor, the relationships, etc. They did all of that without showing one anime.
Again, what is he doing here? What? Would this compare? Okay, I mean this not to like offend anybody. I'm being genuine here. I know. Yeah, look at Spawn. Holy shit, yeah. It's clear this guy has never read a comic book. It's very clear that he's never read a comic book. Because in many cases, he's comparing... In many cases, if you ever notice that in many cases, he's comparing... He's not even necessarily comparing Western animation, animation, but like Western, like, TV shows and comics. Everything that he's used, for the most part, has been from Western games, which tend to be very hyper-realized in terms of the way in which they style their characters. Because that's what a lot of gamers want nowadays, is characters that look really real. People get off on that shit. They think it's fucking tight. They think it's fucking cool. Like, I mean this genuinely. This question that I'm about to ask. And I ask this because I know that in many cases the right preys on these people. Is this person special needs? As someone who is special needs, because I'm ADHD as fuck, I'm trying to be genuine and charitable here. This person seems as though, like, as I go on, I'm starting to take pity on this person because I feel like this is a person that is special needs who has been taken advantage of by the right. And they love doing this. The right loves preying on people who are preying on the neurodivergent community because they love pulling and making Nazis out of people who are part of the neurodivergent community. And I'm being genuine with my critique here and with what I'm asking. Yo, is this guy special needs? You should stop diagnosing. Like, I'm not trying to diagnose this guy. I'm just asking the question. Like, I'm trying to genuinely, like, take care and show, like, what's the word? Compassion for this person. Like, this could be a thing that, like, maybe this person is, like, you know, maybe he's neurodivergent. I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and stop. I don't know. If he says he is, then he is, but it isn't relevant in this context. I feel like trying to figure something like that out from one video might not be a good idea. All right, I'll stop. Yeah, oh no, I'm not saying it's an excuse for his behavior. Oh, absolutely not. No, I was talking about this with a friend of mine actually on a stream not too long ago, and I actually brought this up to her. I was like, yeah, but where do we draw the line? Like, just because someone's special needs does not excuse their behavior. Like, 100%, no. This does not excuse his behavior. Absolutely not. No. 100%. But I'm gonna go ahead. If we're getting into some touchy territory, I'm not gonna keep going. I'm not gonna keep going into that. Let's just keep on moving. Let's rewind this for a second. I apologize if I offended anybody. Let's just keep on moving.
Amazing, the art, the character development, the humor, the relationship.
I will admit though, I might start watching Demon Slayer just from the art alone. That art, that's some beautiful stuff. That's some good art. The color especially is vibrant in Demon Slayer. That's some good shit.
Etc. They did all of that without showing one anime tit, and that is very impressive. Now the saddest part about all of this.
Did they? Because I specifically remember, didn't they age up one of the female characters, and like basically showed the majority of her chest anyway? I think he's wrong here. But I also think this video might be a little aged. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe I'll watch Demon Slayer.
Like the West has no good storytellers. It's that the good storytellers have zero artistic freedom and are unlikely to be hired in the first place. No.
What are you talking about? Hold on. What is he talking about? Again, he's never read a DC comic. He's never read a comic book. Are you kidding me? Marvel and DC both have... Marvel and DC Comics both have some insane artwork. Are you kidding me? You can't tell me this isn't fire. You can't tell me this isn't fire. You can't tell me this isn't fire, yo. This artwork is insane. Like, look at the detail of all of this shit. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? One of the things that I love about DC Comics is the fire artwork. I'm surprised the page isn't hot when I touch it. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. This is one of my favorite artists right here. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Now I'm just having a good time scrolling through DC Comics artwork because I just genuinely love their artwork. It's just pretty. It's really good. Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about how they take advice or they take note from like anime and they see that all the kids like anime, so they make their characters look more like anime characters now. Like, Look at that. That's gorgeous. This artwork is gorgeous. This guy just never left his mom's basement. Fight me IRL 710. Fuck you, Curbs. This artwork is fantastic. And I've gotten to meet some of these artists in person, and they're cool people. Anyways. Like, Young Justice? Young Justice had some fire art.
Lead an animated life.
Yeah, hold on.
Get your degree online. From
Shut up!
Los Angeles
Shut up!
School.
Why do people... While the manga sales are at 100 million...
Hold on. Also, it's manga, not manga. Shit, no, what are you doing? Stop. Look at that! What are you talking about? That's fire! That's fire! Fire! This shit is great! Even the black people look good! They made the black people look good! Look at Aqualad! This artwork is great! I mean, it's like Big Mouth came out and everybody was like, Western animation sucks, bro! Flame by killing by King Leon, by King Lion has beautiful artwork. His wife does. That's really nice. You know who has beautiful artwork? Paige, but she's not confident in her own artwork, but her artwork is gorgeous.
The West has no good storytellers. It's that the good storytellers have zero artistic freedom and are unlikely to be hired.
Also, another way in which he's being uncharitable is the fact that when Western comics are made differently than Japanese manga, oftentimes with manga, the person who's the writer is also the person who's doing the artwork. Meanwhile, in Western comics, the person who's doing the artwork is not also the person who's doing the writing. Oftentimes, these are two completely separate people, and oftentimes it's an entire team of people that do the writing, the inking, the lettering, the coloring, all of that stuff. It's all a system of people that work together to create the very. I think Western comics look better than Japanese manga. I'ma just say that right now, okay? And y'all can all fight me. Sneak some of Paige's art into Discord. I'ma try.
In the first place, now anime is simultaneously one of the most degenerate and one of the most wholesome art forms. It really all depends on which anime you're consuming.
You're the side of it that's degenerate.
You have the choice between anime promoting traditional rural lifestyle like non-Baiori, or anime promoting extreme nefarious behavior like the Ero manga sensei. And the interesting part is that...
Wait, hold up! Wasn't this made in America? This was really good, by the way. The Star Wars, the Star Wars thing on Netflix, the Star Wars Visions or whatever the hell that was called, that was really good. I watched all of it. It was really good. The art was phenomenal. I want to watch it again, honestly. It was so good.
Hardly any middle ground. It's always either one extreme or the other. One thing to remember, though, is that most anime characters are meant to represent real people. Sure, they're still fictional characters.
So are, like... What are you talking about? So are Western characters. Literally, almost every argument that he levied in this video could also, like, be portrayed, could also be, like, given to Western media. What is this dude talking about?
At least in personality and in theory, they're human. They don't actually have free will or any form of intelligence, natural or artificial, but they're still depicted as if they did. In that specific anime you're watching, they are human, but in the real world, they are not. That's why the more that you can connect yourself to that world, the better. You can feel the characters' emotions, the more human they appear to you. And if you can make a real connection with them and understand their motivations, even if they are fictional themselves, the better. And by the way, it doesn't override your feelings for actual real people. It's more of a reflection of that. It's easier to imagine. Often animes...
Maybe I shouldn't have sped this video up. It makes him sound dumber.
Mangas can have deep plots and catalysts for character development. And it's these moments can be what triggers higher levels of empathy that make us enjoy these characters. And on that bombshell, if you want more anime and manga content that includes reviews and video essays like this...
Okay. That was wild. That was fucking wild. We gotta go to the comments. Oh my god. Oh, so he does dive into... I'm gonna have to... Y'all know I'm gonna have to come back to this. Y'all know I'm... remember his name in case I forget. Mannix. Remember this name for me. Anime girls are attractive, have personality, and are enjoyable to watch all around. Aside from minor standouts, you can't even say the same for Western... What the fuck are you talking about? Rules of drawing females. Make sure they look like a female... What? Western realistic tomboys. It alright. Japan anime tomboys. I'll take your entire... What? You know, it's funny. Even when mangakas draw muscular women, in most cases, they do it in a way that still retains the character's femininity. Maki Oz from Fire Force is a great example. She is a muscle girl, but she still retains her femininity, and you would never confuse her with a guy. Dude, bro, what woman in comics are you confusing with a guy? What is this? One reason why I like anime women is because they were written with love and dedication. That makes them entertaining and fun. She was written with love and dedication. I can't. I really can't. I really can't. Japanese speaks of women, make them feminine while having a great personality. Best examples, 2B and Tifa! You mean the most doormat characters in anime? Some of the most doormat characters in anime? Western depictions of women make them masculine with a terrible hairstyle while having a personality of a brick. Examples, Abby Zilla and Rey Palpatine. Of course, these people still have not gotten over fucking Rey. They still have not gotten over goddamn Rey from fucking Star Wars. Oh my god. My fucking god. So the only reason... Okay, listen. I'm gonna show y'all 2B from... Which, oh, by the way, 2B's a fucking robot, okay? Wait, no. 2B from Nier Automata, right? So, the reason why people like 2B is because she has a dumpy. That's the only reason why they like 2B. That's the only reason why everybody obsesses over 2B. That's it. That's literally it. That's literally it. Meanwhile, Tifa... Shit, I didn't mean to bring up wallpaper. Meanwhile, the only reason why people like Tifa is because she has... You can clearly see. It's the only reason why any of these dudes like these two characters. They're not that much different from really any other stereotypically created female character that's created by men. They're literally not that much different. These comments is telling themselves, yeah, they do. Sounds like a wrong bingo call out when you need 3P. Tifa, long hair and... Tifa equals long hair and big ass. That's literally it. That is literally it. Like, if Tifa did not look like this, he would be levying the same kind of complaints that he levies for Western characters and Western media. That's literally it. I gotta keep going through these comments though. These are comedy gold. Everybody in these comments are just telling on themselves. I told you to shut up. One good reason why anime girls are so likable is that they are written and created with passion, unlike Western studios nowadays. I have a dream that my favorite... This man is colonizing an I have a dream speech. I have a dream that my favorite heroes will one day live in medias where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. Where did this come from? The reason people prefer 2D anime girls is because they're written with passion and legitimately seem like real people. Unlike whatever the hell Western studios put out. Oh my god. No, they do not. No, they do not. I do not know a single woman that acts like an anime woman. An anime girl. An anime character. I do not know a single woman that acts like a single woman in real... Literally, this person right here, this person does not know. Does not interact with real women, with real women. All of these people are basement imps. They're just basement imps. Love how they make men more feminine and women more masculine. They literally do that in anime. What are you talking about? There's an entire genre. There's an entire category of anime characters. There's literally an entire genre of like anime dudes that are meant to look like or look feminine. What are you talking about? Anyways, we got to get ready for all black everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please like, share, and subscribe. See ya, kaijus.